Hey everybody, this is Melina from scrapbookingwithme.com, and I've been away for a little while, longer than usual, and a lot of you saw my post. I have been so sick for the last 2 weeks, but you know, I got over it before Thanksgiving, or so I thought, and then it come back with a vengeance in the back of my head, and it made me very concerned that there was something wrong, more than just being very, very sick. I'm pretty sure that 2 weeks ago I did have COVID, even though I didn't take a test. But when I did get sick, the boys had been sick too, so we had all quarantined. We missed 2 weekends, 2 whole weeks of work and singings, so we stayed in, we quarantined, but they relatively got over theirs faster than I did. I don't know, I guess the caretaker has to suffer a little bit longer. Now, right now, as far as nasally, I don't think I sound too nasally. It's all in my throat, like coughing. I have the cough now. I did go to the doctor. I've been tested, had all the tests. I even had to have a CAT scan, a head CT on, let's see, what day was it? Anyway, had to have a head CT with contrast, and that was a little scary because they were looking for a brain aneurysm or something more serious, like a tumor or something. And because I had had a dull pressure headache, when I cough, sneeze, strain, bend over, anything like that, it would almost send me to my knees as far as my head feeling like it needed to explode off my body. That's what it was, and it was all in the back of my head, like the right under where your skull goes in for your spine, right there, all across there, and then in the top crown of my head too. So it was very concerning. Anyway, CT scan, everything came back normal, clear. I have as normal of a brain as humanly possible, and they beat me up, y'all. Look, I mean, they took blood out of this arm, which I haven't got my blood work back, but I'm just thanking the Lord for all the good tests so far. And there's where they done the contrast IV for the CT scan, and that is where they took my blood, and then I got a steroid shot. I won't show y'all that. Oh, me. But anyway, I'm just getting on here because I was missing being in my craft room. As far as just day-to-day stuff, I don't feel bad. I'm just fatigued, and I'm constantly clearing my throat. So I will try my best to edit out every time I clear my throat in this video, but I'm not guaranteeing anything. I am also noticing I've got some redness more than usual in my hands, but I'm not swelled or anything. So, I mean, I can get my ring off easily, all that kind of stuff, but I just think I'm on antibiotics. I'm on 4 different prescriptions right now. So I think that's just all working through my system, and we're going to be good. We are going to be good. I'm eating right, and, you know, not trying not to overdo it. Yesterday, our deck has got to be stained, and I even have some stains still on my fingernails. Our deck has got to be stained before the cold weather sets in, and the rain. We're expecting like 6 days of rain, which we desperately need, but to stain and seal a brand new deck, not the best. So we've got to get that done before the big rain comes and the cold weather. And so I bundled up in 3 layers yesterday and a scarf wrapped around my head and went out and I stained a deck. So I'm still praying for the Lord to look over my stupidity and still continue to heal my body, even though I did that. But just wanted to show y'all a little bit of something that I'm working on. I had shown this a few months back on my channel, and I just took the guts out of this book that I had gotten from Bethany's school. College was just giving away books, old books, and this one dated 1970. I took the guts out of it, and I'm making it a journal. And this is the Pink Monarch Prints August subscription kit. It's the August one. It's beautiful. It might be the August one, but I think it goes so well along with like Valentine's kind of looking, because it's got pinks and reds in it. So what I'm thinking about doing, of course I'll have to put some cardstock here to reinforce this spine again and clean up these edges. But what I'm thinking, I want to put about, I don't know, 5 signatures in this. And so of course my signatures need to be thinner. I've never attempted more than 3 signatures, I don't believe. So this is an adventure. So I've got this one signature set up, and I'll be putting lots of the tickets and pockets and things like that that come in the subscription kit from Pink Monarch Prints. I'll be putting a lot of that on these blank pages and filling it up really, really nicely. But here is, if anybody is a newbie, beginner journaler, and you want to know as far as signature, how I set up something, even though I've done tons and tons of videos about that. So I've got one sheet here. I did not double print this digital. I'm fine with having a writer's journal. I'm fine with white space. If you're not, double print your digitals. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces will be in each signature. So I'm going to have one there, one here, one smack in the middle, and then one here and one here. So I think that's going to work, and it'll fill it up nicely, and then maybe it won't be too Pac-Man mouth when you open it. But that's what I'm planning, and that is my, I think, first signature. I don't know, I might get through some of this paper, this gorgeous paper that she has in this kit, and figure out one of these I want more than another, whatever. So in the middle here, I'm counting this as a piece because it is going to be an interactive piece in the journal, and it's going to count as like a little tiny page. She has these beautiful trifold window cards, and I think there's 2 pages of these. So there's a little wider one. This is one I've already cut out, inked, and punched to show you. So it's a trifold window card. Print a neutral on the back, so mine was just white cardstock. Cut, fold on the lines, so there was a line, there was a line, and ink if desired. Use a 1 or 1 1/4 inch circle or a square punch, excuse me, and punch a hole in the smallest rectangle, which is this one, using the tiny black dot. And you can't see that black dot anymore there because I've already done it, as a center guide, embellish, and enjoy. Okay, so then when you fold up this little cuteness trifold, there's your window. It's a trifold window pocket. I think that is so cute. And I'm also going to ink around in here, and it's going to get sewn into the signature in the middle right here. And so that way it will be sewn in, it will be in there, you can't take it out, and I'm really enjoying that. That's just going to be a little bit of extra journaling space, or you can add some little tucks in there, or belly bands, or whatever you would like. So I'm just going to ink the inside of this, and then I'll go back and cut out some more, the other trifold. Now, like I said, I think there's only 2 pages of those in here, so I might only have enough. Yep, there's the other 2. There's 3. There's 4. So I'll need something else. So in the center signature that I put in here, I'll have something else in the center. Let's try to pick out something for that most center signature that we're going to make. Something to put in the middle. I just like a little something something. You know, I might go ahead and just do my lace, just a string of lace in the middle of that middle signature. That'll set it off nicely and have some lace sticking out of the top and the bottom just in that middle signature. I think that's what I will do. Yeah, let's just do that. Find some beautiful lace. And so I'm going to cut about a 12-inch piece for my middle signature. So I've got that laid out. That tends to be, for me, the easiest way to get signatures put together and get everything assembled is getting everything laid out of what I want to use, getting everything cut out of what I want to use, and then just slapping it all together. So I will get my other 4 signatures together and come back and show you how I'm going to line those up, fix that spine, and get those sewn in. I have gotten all 5 of my signatures put together, and each one has a little centerpiece, whether it be the trifold or a piece of lace, and then I will sew all that together. You kind of just eyeball and line that up. I am not one that just goes through and makes sure that everything is centered and everything is in the exact same spot. I have some food color dyed pages in some of these, and then this one I didn't have another one the same food color dyed color, so I just used some paper that someone had gifted me. I think it goes quite well with it. This one I did have pink, and this one I did have some pink, but then in one of them there's pink. One of them has a there is a hidden Edith Holden book in here somewhere, and I will find that later and show you, I guess. I was just going to show you that is one difference in one of the signatures. I just didn't have enough of whatever that paper was, and so I put an Edith Holden book page in there instead, and it goes very well wherever I put it. I promise y'all it's in there. There it is. Look how pretty. So there is all of the signatures put together, and I'm pretty satisfied as far as how they're lined up. Okay, and then I went ahead and put in a piece of cardstock and just glued it in with some fabric glue into the spine, reinforced that. Then I lined up holes, and yes, I made a mistake, so I had to move that hole over. And I went ahead and punched those out, so you can see in my spine I've got all of 5 holes. I'm going to be using some white wax thread, and what I'm going to do is put in the middle one first. So I'm going to get my middle signature out first. So 1, 2, 3 links, and then cut that and get these 2 up, lay them that way, and this one is my middle one, lay those 2 that way, and then here, so that kind of tells me you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this is my middle signature. I'm going to put it in first. I'm going to get my needle. And I will not bore y'all with showing you how I'm sewing in all 5 of them. I will show you this first one, and then what I'm going to do is I got to get my awl or paper piercer, whatever it is. What I'm going to do is just kind of line this up with my holes back here, punch the holes, But what I will do is get my signature lined up like this. I'm going to get, if my large paper clips will coordinate with me and cooperate, and then get the center lined up with the book. Okay, and with my pen, I'm just lining up the holes and putting a mark on the side of the paper where I need to punch it in the signature. Okay, I can take it off of there now. Hold the signature together so nothing moves on me with my big paper clips. This to me is the hardest part, just lining up where my marks are to the outside. But with the signature not being too awfully thick, this one is a little bit easier, so I was spot on that one. And then just eyeballing. Pretty spot on that one too. So I've got my holes poked in my middle signature. And then, so I don't have to do a guessing game for the holes on the rest of the signatures, I'm just going to line these up, make my little marks on them, so when I put them in there, they're all going to be the same spot. I'm not doing the guessing game again. I'm lining up my marks on all signatures. Then I'll know where to poke holes on the first, second, fourth, and fifth. Alright, I've got this together. I do not have it attached to the lace. I'm going to attach the lace at the very end. So y'all just watch how I get that done. I think I'm done with the paper piercer now. I'm going to get my threaded needle. And with signatures this thin, you might not even need to do the paper piercer through each one of them. I just like it for the accuracy. You know, when I get done, my pages might be all over the place, so it might not even work out. But that's just the easiest way I've ever found to do this, especially when I'm going to do multiple signatures. Multiple signatures is not beginner friendly, just letting you know that. So now I'm going to go through, I've went through the middle of my middle signature. Now I'm going to go through the middle hole of the book base. And then I'll go through the middle hole. Ooh! Let's turn this baby around, because we upside down. Here's the front. Here's the top of my... That was almost comical. It wouldn't have been when I got it all sewed in, but that was almost comical. Hey, I'm on 4 different medications right now. Give me a break. Here we go. Through the signature. And then I was going to say, then I want to go to the bottom. Oh, babe. Of the book spine. And go through the middle bottom. Open that back up. Pull, pull, pull. And then I'm going to go through my hole that I've already punched through my signature. Brandon and Aaron are outside trying to finish up the deck staining that we all started yesterday. And so you will be hearing his truck. He's having to stand on his truck to get the high spots, because the back of our house is about 10 feet off the ground. I'm taking that out of there because I need the room. Get around the lace first, and then we'll do it at the end, like I said we were going to do. Anyway, the back of our house is about 10 feet off the ground, And so he's having to stand in the back of his truck to get those spots. Okay, and then through that hole at the top, lace just needs to fall over to the side for a minute. Then I'm going to go through the middle, back of the spine, pop that through, and then just make sure that you're going back into the same hole on the back. Okay, then you'll need to pull this away a little bit. Pull that needle through. Get your double out where the thread was doubled up. Get that out of the way. Pull everything tight. Then you're going to go back through that middle of the signature. Okay, there we go. Back through the middle. Pull your double thread that's on your needle back through. You're on opposite sides of that middle here. So now the lace can come back into view, and we can put the needle through the lace. This is just decorative, y'all. I've had people ask, why do you put lace in the middle of your signatures? I don't put it in the middle of all of them. Sometimes I put a piece of ribbon. Sometimes I don't do it at all, like on those other ones. I'm just putting those trifold pockets. It's just decorative. It's just something pretty. If you make it long enough, you could use it as a bookmark. So now I've got both tails through the lace. Okay, so pull that tight. I've got chicken cooking for supper tonight, and I keep smelling it, and I'm like, wait a minute. Nobody's inside the house. What is that smell? Melina, you got chicken in a pot in the kitchen. Alright, and then I just double knotted and rubbed my bone folder along it, so maybe it won't come undone. So there's my middle signature sewn in. So now I'm going to do those same steps and sew in the other 4 signatures. That's why I'm saying multiple signature journals are not beginner friendly, so don't let this overwhelm you if you are a newbie or new to junk journaling or any kind of paper crafting. Don't let this overwhelm you, because single signature journals are easy as pie. The multiple ones have math in them, so don't let it intimidate you. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and get the other 4 sewn in there, and then I'll come back and show you what it looks like with all 5. Alright, I'm in love. Look, all 5 are in there. So pretty. I love it. Okay, on the back, I'm going to put a piece of lace or fabric, some kind of lace fabric down the back. And so what I've done is use some fabric glue and went right along each hole that I poked. I put some glue in there just to reinforce that. I did have a slight boo-boo here. I don't know my own strength, and I pulled it too tight and found out just how weak that spine is, so I need to reinforce it with some fabric. So I'm going to spread the book out a little bit like that and find some, I've got some fabric that some people sent to me. And I was going to see if I had one wide enough. Ooh, I really like that. That's some that I got from Taperlogy, and I think I want it to hang off just a bit. And then I can glue the edges around. So I think I'm going to cut it about yay. Anyway, this has come together a lot more difficult. And I hate telling y'all that because you know, I want y'all to venture out and do new things and, you know, do more than just a 1 or 2 signature journal. But this one has been difficult. I'm not going to lie to you. But I do believe that part of that is because this is a vintage book and we are altering a vintage book. And when you are dealing with something that is vintage, of course, you're going to deal with tears and boo-boos. So I'm going to cover this all up with some fabric glue. Go over the strings to my wax thread. Then come out here on the edge, and then I will, once I get this placed, I'll do it real good on the edge and glue that down. So let's get this put on first. I think I want this on the front side, so we're going to turn it around this way, like so. Then I'm going to line this up and pull it tight, and then make sure, yes, that is the top. I got it laid correctly. Very pretty. So I'm going to hold and then rub down with my bone folder. Bone folder is for lots more than just helping to score paper. Okay, and then I'll lay it down and get some glue going here and then on the front side also. Okay, I got that put on and I love it. And I might, once all of that glue dries, I might go back through with my ink and ink it up, distress it up just a little bit more. But I like how it looks so far. But those signatures, y'all, I love how it turned out. I love that. They're pretty much all the same height. I might have got off just a tingy bit on the 4th signature and the 1st signature. They're a little bit lower than the others. But you know what? Handmade paper crafts are not perfect, right? That's why it's handmade. It's not supposed to be perfect. So I'm loving this. I'm going to fold these middles the way they should be. And, okay, that middle, remember it had the lace in it. There's that one. And then here is this one. And then up here, usually I will put some of the papers from the kits in the front to, you know, cover it completely and make some kind of pocket or something like that. I think what I'm going to do up here, I love this. I want that to still be seen. And I love the date that was written there. I want that to still be seen. This part, of course, needs to be covered up. It says, underneath all of that Sharpie, says, the College of Artesia Library. And I wish they would have left it alone. But for some reason, they needed to cover up their name there. Okay, whatever. So, I do need to get creative with what I want to put up here. What I'm thinking is a band, put a band of something here, decorative, and then a pocket right here. But leave that so you can see their names, and leave that up there so you can see that. So it would be like having a, I'll have to clean my mat whenever I get done because that spine's all gluey. It would be like having a belly band this way, a horizontal belly band with a pocket down here, and whatever you put in the pocket can be tall, and that belly band is going to hold it secure too. You know, just a little something I thought of. So I'm thinking maybe I could do the belly band out of one of these tags that is in the kit. So let me look through here. Okay, so just like that, it's one of these longer journal cards that she had in the kit. And see, I could, even though that's not on there perfectly, I'm not worried about that. I'm thinking I want to leave by so it can be seen, and then just cut this off and round the corners and ink around that, and that'll be my little horizontal belly band. So I'm going to cut this off about here. And then since we're going up against the front of a book with paper, I'm still going to use my fabric glue to adhere this down. So just a little string of it on both ends, and then line that up how I want it. I love Priceless. I love that. And it's really matchy-matchy with the front here, and I am good with that. So now let's line this up as straightly as we possibly can. Okay, then for the pocket down here, I think I'm just going to use some craft cardstock, and then use this little remember label that's in the kit. So kind of go same width as the belly band part up there. So about there, and then I'm going to cut this off. I want to see the bottom of that if there's not a tag in here, so it's going to be a little shallow pocket. And let's cut that. I put two different inks on it. Let's see, Black Soot and Vintage Photo. Just to give it that nice worn look. And I'm going to go ahead and use the fabric glue that has dribbled out of the top of my lid to get that down there. And then smush out the rest. And get that lined up like I want it. So I've got that on there. Then I cut out another one of these. That's the full size one. And we're going to see what it looks like when I put it down in there. Cute. And then maybe even can use one of these little, let's break it up some. This one. Let's ink this. These came from not the last collaboration I did with Rach and Bella, but the one before that. The tags from that kit. That's what this is. And I'm thinking I want to go in front of that, and let's put some seam binding at the top. I like this. Oh yeah, I like that color. Someone asked in a comment the other day who I get my crinkled seam binding from, and that is Scrap Cabin. My Scrap Cabin shop on Etsy. It's perfection. Every time it comes to me, it's perfection. Love my Scrap Cabin shop on Etsy. Alright. And then I think I'm just going to staple it on there with my Tim Holtz Tiny Attacher. I love this thing. It is perfection also. Alright, so now I can push that down as far as I want to, and then that one. And do I have my tails about the same length? I sure do. They're just crinkled up and you can't tell. Look. Cute little pocket for the front, and I know that looks a little plain. I'm good with it. If I run across a word label or something like that, or a little die cut, maybe I might add something else to it, but I'm good with that right now. And I really like that in the opening of that, and the dark kind of breaks up all of that. I think back here, since there's not anything kind of memorable back here, what I will do is cover that completely, maybe with some craft cardstock, or if I have some cardstock, because I will tell you, and I'm very happy about this, but also sad at the same time. I used every bit of the paper. So all of the papers, like the journal pages in that August kit from Pink Monarch Prints, every bit of it is right here. I have none of that paper left over. So I will have to find a replacement of some kind to go back there that kind of halfway matches. Now I could do something, since I've got the lady up there, if I did this back here and then did you know, some kind of pocket and put maybe this other one back here, it would go together quite well, I think. So let's cut it here. There's my mark, and there's my mark. And then I will need to trim the edges. This is just scrap paper. It's actually paper weight, not cardstock, that I'm putting on the back. Just a little piece of scrap that was on my desk, y'all. Right now, yeah, I like the ladies over here on the edge. That's cute. So that's going to cover up all of that. And let's get it all the way over here. So we're still seeing the green of the original book cover. Go ahead and trash that little piece. And then I'm going to ink it with my vintage photo. Put down some fabric glue and lay that down. And then that watch there looks a little too bold for me for this journal, because this is a real soft journal. So what I'm going to do is cut this pocket out, and I'm going to put it here, and then that piece will go down in there, so you can still see the pocket later if you want to, when you don't have the journal card in there. But that's what I'm going to do on the back cover. That's the backer board for this one, so if you wanted to make your own kind of library pocket, she's got that like that. So it's not meant to go down in that pocket. I want that to still be seen whenever I'm not putting the tag in there. So what I'm going to do, see if I do the pocket like that, it looks like the watch is kind of coming out of it. And what I will do is cut out the card, because she has all of this stuff so nicely labeled for you, so you know what it is and how to use it and all that stuff. I love instructions on digital kits. I try to do that on some of my own that I do. So if you have a question or you get stumped when you're cutting out all your stuff, you go, oh, okay, look, she's got an instruction right there that kind of gives you something you can do with it if you want to. Of course, you do whatever you would like. You don't have to do everything that is on instructions, you know. Go rogue, like Mama does all the time. Here's a tab, and I'm just going to go ahead and cut this out to go on the top of my card here, because I'm going to need it. And then I'm going to probably put that on my card, and then that might just go in the pocket too. Let's just use everything that was on this sheet to go on this back pocket. Alright, so there's that pocket. I'm really loving that. So the pocket itself, I put one of the word labels from the kit in there, and then I just paper clipped those two little cards together, the tags together, and put it down in there. And we can push it all the way down if we want to. We can let it sit up like that if we want to. Love that back pocket. So pretty and so coordinating with everything. I really like that. Okay, so that is the start of this 5 signature kind of, what are we going to call this one? I think Cherry Blossom. Cherry Blossom Altered Book 5 signature journal that we're starting, and I will show y'all other things that I add into the pages and things in future videos, but that's what I've been working on since I've been a little under the weather, but slowly but surely getting right back at it, and I am back in my craft room, so I'm so excited, which, you know, it's only been about, what, 5 days since I've been in here, since I put up the last video, but it seemed like an eternity because I love it in here. I love my craft room, and you can only play so many computer games while you're sick until you get a little, you know, tired of it. So I'm glad to be back in here. I hope that y'all have enjoyed this. We've still got to cover the front and do some decorating on these white pages throughout. And the great thing about getting the sub kit from Pink Monarch Prints is she gives you loads and loads and loads of things. So we've got all kinds of pockets, envelopes to paper clip onto the edges of our pages if we want to. So all kinds of stuff. And I'm very excited about this journal and the fact that this is why I picked this book for this kit, because it matches perfectly. The greens in this kit go right along with the green cover on this book. So I'm very excited about it. Hope y'all are enjoying this little series that I'm starting. And like I said, I will show y'all other things that I do throughout the book in future videos. And I will make a playlist, Cherry Blossom Journal. That's what I'll call it in the playlist. So y'all have a great day. God bless. Thanks so much for your thoughts and prayers for me through all of this. I know a lot of you already knew that I was under the weather, not feeling great, and that's why I had been absent. So thank you so much. Y'all are my people. I love you so much, and I will see you in the next video. God bless. Bye, y'all.